Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Iris. Thank you so much for watching today. Today I want to talk about something that I call spiritual snobbery. And I think for a lot of people, they're not even really aware that they're doing this behavior. And what spiritual snobbery is it's like it's like we've all met people who used to smoke and then they don't smoke anymore, and then they have a lot of judgment around people who still do smoke. Spiritual snobbery is kind of the same thing. So we are having this expansion, we're growing, we're changing, we're transforming, we're, tuning into our bodies more, we're healing ourselves, we're really immersing ourselves into a spiritual culture, and our vibration is raising and we have more inner awareness. And as we go through this process, we raise our vibration, and sometimes other people come along for the ride with us, and other times we don't. And what sometimes can happen if we're not aware of it is that we can become a little bit judgmental about the other people who aren't following us. And this can be a little bit tricky because it causes us to, as our vibration raises, it causes existing relationships and circumstances to shift. So, where once we resonated with somebody or a situation, we no longer resonate with them. And then we have a lot of judgments, or we can have a lot of judgments around what that other person is doing and why aren't they coming along with us, and why are they still doing that, or why do they keep talking bad about other people, or why do they keep doing drugs, or why do they drink so much. I mean, the list could really be endless. But what's really important to understand is that as we grow and change and transform and do our own inner healing, we become the shiny, bright beacon of light for them to either follow along with us or not follow along with us. But it's the expectation that we may have about who they need to be in order so that we can still stay in sync. And sometimes those people, they don't really want to stay in sync. They're not ready. They're not at that place yet. And that's okay, because it's not our responsibility to drag those people along with us. It is our responsibility to take care of ourselves, our own spiritual growth on our path towards our fullest potential, and be that light and be that example for them to either come along and start their own ascension process or to stay where they are. And either way, it's okay, because we have no control over what other people choose to do with their lives. And I have this saying that we do the best people do are doing the best they can with where they're at, the tools they have available to them, and their level of awareness. And some people just, they are where they are, and they just haven't hit that place where something is triggered within them to want to make that change. So spiritual snobbery then is all about the judgment that we have around those people who aren't coming along on our ride, and the expectations that we have unknowingly a lot of times, of those people to be more like us. So instead of having those expectations and feeling that way towards them, I encourage, and I'm always on the lookout, because I've done this myself, and it doesn't feel very good, and it doesn't feel like it comes from a very loving place. So when I catch myself doing that, I ask myself, how can I be more loving in this situation? How can I be more loving towards this other person, and respecting that I am where I am and they are where they are? And all of a sudden you'll feel that if you do that, what I felt within myself is a more of a peace within myself of of that acknowledgement of this is where I am and that's where they are, and then all of a sudden the pressure of wanting to drag them along, which is really ego based and not coming from a love based place. And there's a lot of fear that wraps up around that as well. But that just seems to all dissipate. And that's been my experience. So maybe this is you. Maybe you found yourself, being a bit of a spiritual snob, and that's okay, right? You're doing the best you can with where you're at, the tools you have, the level of awareness that you have. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, leave a comment, share, all that jazz. And until the next video, sending you tons of love.